What I have seen, and I've looked at most of the files, is that there just wasn't dispositive evidence. And if that dispositive evidence ever existed, it was probably destroyed after 2006, 2007. Now, like, again, in our defense, yes, was there some bitching and moaning, and was there some back and forth? Yes. But we eventually collected 6 million documents as part of the effort. The president, people say the president was forced into releasing the documents. Like, again, the idea that Donald Trump could not have killed that legislation, especially with the United States Senate, is a joke. He absolutely could have killed it. What did he do? He actually said, no, we're going to release these files. He thought, he was annoyed by the story. He was annoyed by the Democrats accusing him of doing things bad. By the way, do I think there is I've never seen a single piece of credible evidence that the President of the United States engaged in wrongdoing with minors, ever.
Then there would be absolutely no reason not to release all of the files. So you sit there and you say that the president wasn't forced to release these files. Yes, he was. They had to pass legislation to get him to release the files. We didn't need legislation to get him to release for him to release the files. He could have done it by himself, but he refused to do so. So Congress had to pass legislation to force him to do so. You say he could have killed that legislation. He did. He tried. He tried to kill that legislation and failed because enough Republicans, along with Democrats, understand what the people of this country want. They want to know what's in those goddamn files. So, no, he couldn't have killed it because he tried and he failed. Yes, he was forced to do so through legislation. He hasn't even lived up to that legislation. There are 6 million files that the federal government has on Jeffrey Epstein. They've only released 3 million of them, in defiance of the bill he signed, in defiance of the bill that was passed by Congress. And all the while you're sitting there saying, I've looked at most of the files and there's zero evidence that he did anything wrong. Then why not release it? None of what you're saying is adding up, JD. If there's zero evidence of Donald Trump doing anything in those files, he should release them today to prove his innocence. He was forced to release the files through legislation. Otherwise, he could have just done it himself. None of what you're saying is adding up. None of it. So let's start from ground zero right now. You say you've looked at most of the 6 million files, and there's zero evidence that Donald Trump did anything. Prove it. Live up to the Epstein Transparency Act and release the files today, with the only redactions being victims' names. Prove it.